It's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. Now, I know that I've done a lot of cookie decorating and Christmas baking on this channel this past month, but I thought it was time to break out some New Year's stuff as well in case you want to get prepared for the upcoming year. Now, these cookies aren't necessarily going to be given right on New Year's Day, but I cannot believe they already say 2021. Now, the first thing you're going to do is start with flooding and piping consistency. And if you don't know what that is, you can go ahead and check out this video in the right-hand corner. Today, I am using tipless piping bags. I very rarely ever use the metal tips that I used to use. I just find it a lot easier and I don't get as many clogs. And if I do get a clog, I can easily rectify that situation by just squeezing the tip out. And I can't really do that with metal tips. I find I have to wash them individually. I'm also using a cookie scribe to even out that royal icing. You don't necessarily need a cookie scribe. You can also use a toothpick for this as well. My royal icing recipe is very straightforward. It's 1 cup of icing sugar for every 1 tablespoon of meringue powder, and then add water as desired. Some people like to work with different consistencies. I find this consistency works for me. Once your cookies are fully dry, and I dried mine in about 5 minutes, you can go ahead and check out that video in the right-hand corner if you want to know how. Then what you do is you go ahead and you put your stencil into your stencil genie or a stencil holder, and then you can airbrush on whatever design you would like. You don't have to be too picky about the airbrush. You'll notice in the center, I actually didn't put that much color at all. I wanted it to look a little bit more faded, as if it were looking through the oven door. Using my piping and flooding consistency, I am creating this kind of rectangular shape. This is going to be the bottom portion of the oven. Now, this design that I am creating today is a design that my friend requested, and I added my own little spin to it. Whenever friends or family request a particular design, I always like to add my own little spin to it. Now we're going to go ahead and add the upper portion of the oven, and this is more of an old school oven. It's my understanding that these pregnancy cookie announcements are going to be given to each individual person, so I really like to switch things up and make things a little bit different while still delivering the same message. It really helps break up the monotony. Now, I'm not even doing that many of these cookies. There's only about 32 of these cookies, but honestly, even 32 cookies can get a little bit monotonous. Create a nice straight line in the middle for the oven rack, and then we're going to add on our little cinnamon roll here, or cinnamon bun, if you will. I'm going to add a little bit of an icing glaze just to really drive home that this is a cinnamon bun. You could also add a little swirl on top or some little cute brown or goldish sprinkles. That would look really adorable as well. Now it's time to start adding in all of the little details to make this look more like an oven. I'm going to put all of these little dials on here, and I'm just going to add those lines to give a little bit of definition as well. When piping these hearts, what you're really doing is you're piping an upside down raindrop, or you're kind of making like a petal shape. All you do is squeeze that piping bag and then just drag it through gently so that you kind of get that little tip instead of a rounded edge at the bottom of your heart. So throughout the whole tutorial, we've been using the same icing consistency. For this, you will want to use just your piping consistency, not your pipe and flood consistency. If you use that, it's all going to run together. I'm copying a particular font today, and I find that the key to nailing different types of fonts that your clients want is to kind of look at the letters as not letters, but a whole brand new picture. If you do it that way, I just find that my brain is able to compute that, whereas if I think in letters, then oftentimes the letters will kind of revert back to my own natural writing. But do what works for you. My biggest tip with writing is practice, practice, practice. These turned out so pretty, and I'm so happy that I was able to show you them in the natural daylight. It really changes the way the cookie looks. All right, now let's get into the pricing. So these do entail quite a bit of work, and there was quite a few of them. So these would be $5 each, and I personally would only offer these as a custom order, as these would be pretty challenging to have them as a stock order with interchangeable months and years. And before we end today's video, I wanted to show you my little cute Phoebe charm I got in my advent calendar. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part for the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading daily, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!